Let's talk about, is Meta ads dead? And we talk with plenty of home service businesses who ask about Meta ads, say it didn't really work for them, or just something along the lines of like unqualified leads or something like that. But let me talk about, are they dead? Has it come time when Meta ads are done for? Nobody's spending money on it, it's not working, home service businesses are backing out. And by the way, before I crack the code on that, hey, I'm Carl Stoy, the founder of Stoy Media, and over the past year and a half, almost 2 years now, we've been helping service businesses scale by filling up their pipeline with ready-to-talk people and getting them more opportunities to close projects. And so if you're interested in potentially working with us or adding us on as a lead vendor, then just click the link below. You can schedule a call with us and potentially see if this might be a good fit. But let me crack the code on this. Is Meta ads dead? Are we as an agency even running them anymore? And the truth is, Meta ads is not dead. There's multiple reasons why Meta ads just doesn't work for you. We as a home service business generate a lot of our leads on a pay-per-lead basis through Meta ads. They work just fine. The difference between Meta ads and Google ads or pay-per-click is simply pay-per-click is collecting all of the interested people, and Meta ads is generating those interested people. Meta ads is bringing more people into the market, potentially looking for, solar, roofing, siding, all the other home services. And then pay-per-click is just collecting the people looking up roofing company near me, siding company near me, whatever. And they just click on one of the sponsored results, which by the way, I know a multitude of people who don't even click on the sponsored results. They'd rather click on one of the local SEO options. Let's talk about why Meta ads probably doesn't work for you and why you can actually fix that. And so the number one reason why I see people not able to succeed with Meta ads is their processes. And let's talk about certain processes that someone would need to run Meta ads and how to improve them, which number one, we've got setting processes and sales processes. I see a lot of companies in any range. I mean, usually under 10 million a year. That's usually what separates a $10 million a year home service business from like a $100 million or $300 million home service business. But the difference is in the setting and sales process. Most of them don't have a setting process, don't have a sales process. There's no document that explains this is what you should say when you talk to a homeowner. There's no setting process that explains to a setter or an SDR, BDR, whatever you want to call them, on what to say, how to call, what to use when you're setting an appointment. There's no processes for this. And that's honestly what separates some people. I made a totally different video called Why Calling Your Leads Within 5 Minutes is Outdated. Please go watch that. It's gonna be up in the top right, or if it's not, just click on this channel and find that. But the advice for calling your leads within 5 minutes is almost 20 years old. It's 19 years old. It came out in 2007. It was an MIT study, but it came out in 2007. And so calling your leads within 5 minutes isn't acceptable anymore. You have to call them within 30 to 60 seconds. And if you don't do that, you're gonna get a whole lot of people on the phone saying, who? What service? I'm not interested, I don't care. Click. They don't even remember because there is so much information blasted at them on Instagram, Facebook. So if you're not calling them fast enough, don't run Meta ads. Don't run any ads for that fact, because everyone's attention span is kind of ruined. So it's not just a Meta ads or pay-per-click. Don't run any ads if you can't call your leads within 5 minutes maximum. And so sales process, same thing. If you're a roofing company, we'll say, that's only ever done insurance or only ever done referrals. So if you say you have a 90% close rate, you don't. Sorry, you don't have a 90% close rate. You've just been running referrals for the past 2 years, and your sales reps are really good at just closing people who are already ready to buy. They're already at the checkout lane. You're just being a drive-through order. And if your sales process is really just being a drive-through, you're not going to be able to close anyone. No matter how many leads Stoy Media delivers you, if you can't set them and you can't close them, you are going to be better used to start a campfire in the middle of your roofing company's warehouse and warm everyone, because it's going to be a better waste of your money than wasting it on leads who you're not even going to be able to set as an appointment. You're not even going to be able to close. So if you don't have a detailed way of selling people, you don't have a consistent training process, your sales reps aren't consistently closing 30%, 20%, something's wrong. Whether that's your pricing or they literally have not been trained and they have no idea and you're just expecting them to start closing people. So if you can't close retail projects consistently, that's probably why meta ads are dead. And if you don't have any call center, any setting processes, or really anything in terms of setting appointments, you can't call them within 5 minutes. You don't have any decent phone system so they don't start getting marked as spam. You don't have any follow-up process before the call so you can show up as maybe in your name. You don't have any caller ID. You don't have any script to say. That's probably why meta ads is dead for you. But the other big reason is offers. So let's say you're a company who's got all the boxes checked. You got a setting process, you got a sales process. Running anyone else's leads gets you a pretty good close rate and a pretty good set rate, and you can get a cost to acquire for about $1,000 to $1,500 per project, or it can go down to $750 depending on, of course, your sales process and everything. But if you can run anyone else's leads and get a consistent close, then it may be your agency or your lead vendor's offer, which is a really big one. I can put up a couple examples of what I mean by a bad offer, but it's essentially those as low as, so actually write them down, as low as offers, where it's like, get a roof for $7,995 plus free gutters. People clicking on those ads are people with no money. And people with no money are not qualified leads. And I can tell you, it doesn't even get the good quality leads. The people who are actually looking for a roof replacement, siding replacement, whatever you do, the people actually looking for those replacements know it's not going to be $8,000. They know it's not going to be included with free gutters. They just know this is a scam and they're not going to click on it. And so I don't know how else to put this, but if you have an agency or a lead vendor running $7,995 roof replacement ads or $7,995 siding replacement ads, this is why it doesn't work. Because people come in expecting, and I've seen really black hat stuff. We're talking government programs, talking about VA benefits for roof replacements, ads that make it look like this is a government official saying that the 2026 roof replacement program, blank, blank, blank. Get a free quote now when you click on the link below. Like, really black hat stuff is the reason why you're probably getting bad leads. And so you need to audit your lead vendor's leads. So of course, if your lead vendor doesn't want to share, or if you're someone who has an agency, like, you just need to look. Like, you need to ask them or not work with them, especially if the lead quality is bad. Like, if the lead quality is good and they're secretive about it, I'd say don't worry about it. Just, they're getting the leads in, you're able to close them, don't worry. Now, if they're branded, yes, you want to see what they are. But if you're getting really low quality stuff and you're wondering, why is this not working for us? Audit their entire process. And if they're not going to show it to you, there's a reason. Maybe you should work with someone else, doingmedia.com. But it's probably the offer. And I'll put up a bunch of photos, black hat, government programs, as low as. These are the two main reasons why meta ads probably doesn't work for you. And we as a home service agency see this from the outside, and it sucks because we'll get on calls with people and they'll say, oh, I've been burned too much, I've been scammed so many times. But it's because of usually one of these two reasons. And if you're a home service business that actually wants to grow with paid ads, because if you can crack paid ads, if you can get a consistent cost per lead, a consistent cost per booking, a consistent process, getting a lead, setting at least 20 to 40%, closing at least 30 to 20 to 40%. If you can consistently do that, all it takes is just putting more money in the front end. And I've put together a custom GPT that you can actually claim in the description called Contractor Math, where you can find out, this is where I want to be, here's my consistent paid ads process, this is what the cost per lead is, this is the set rate, this is the close rate, this is like my numbers, how do I get to this? It will tell you. But until you build a consistent paid ad process, a consistent paid ad engine where you can get leads in by paying for them consistently and making a profit, then you can grow your company real large. I made a different video, Contractor Math, but I also packaged it into a GPT in the description. But you also need to point this way. If we're talking about processes, you need to point the finger this way and say, maybe we're the problem. If it's talking about offers and you have no reason to be blamed in terms of processes, then you just need to look at the offer and say, what are they running? And if it's something like I just showed you, just cut them off. And as I said, if you're interested in adding on a new lead vendor, getting more leads for your home service business, and you can consistently set leads and sell them, then just click the link in the description, storymedia.com, schedule a call, see if we'll be a good fit, and I'm looking to meet you there.